70%. Mic check test, look at that. We're live and well right here from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Girls high school hockey on the air at the mnhockey.tv. We have our links all squared away with the YouTube debacles that we've been dealing with, and we're underway. Hopefully we all have you on board, and we'll continue the social media to keep those alive and well for you. The Red Knights, of course, enter this game with a 17-6-0 record. They're ranked number 7 in the most recent mnhockey.tv rankings on the strength of their win over the Holy Family Catholic Fire last weekend. And the Eden Prairie Eagles climbed to number 3 in their top 10 as they are wearing their white home sweaters with red and black trim. The Red Knights in their familiar red and white sweaters, very Red Wings-like, as I like to say, on the road. Now Hancock will play it from the right wing side in as that's gloved down and handled by Spanier up to center. Now they're going to work transition with Burns as she's going to be checked off the puck. Red Knights now, Zavril off her stick, back into the neutral zone it goes. That's knocked right back in by Claire Kuipers. Red Knights now, Zavril takes over, plays to center ice. That's going to be regrouped by the Eden Prairie Eagles, moving from right to left across your screen. There's a wrister, stopped and turned aside there by the Red Knight goaltender. Getting the nod tonight, number 30, Carly Green. The Eagles and the Red Knights. Eagles with 23 games, 2 left on the schedule. And the Eagles as well with 23 games played, 2 left on the schedule. So it all gets very real here from here on out. This game is already taking on a bit of a playoff atmosphere and vibe here tonight from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Face-off back of the neutral zone. It'll be to Caesar to go in for the Red Knights against Langseth of the Eagles. Flipped up through the center ice area. The Red Knights will battle along the line. In to make the play there is Junker. And now it's going to be picked up by the defense. Peschel plays that one ahead. That's picked off at the line by Langseth. She's dangerous. Wrister Green, the stick save. She hangs on. We've got the teddy bear toss tonight too as well. So the Eagles score their first goal. If they do tonight, it'll be the teddy bears flying through the air. Back at center, Haynes going to play that one in for the Red Knights. Eagles will regroup with Anna Brown. Off the board she goes. Knocked up to Peschel. Wrister, that's a heavy shot that's blocked in front. But the Red Knights' Haynes stays on it and plays this one into the corner. Nora Wagner was there, or check that, that was Sophie Melsness for the Red Knights. Now it's going to be the Eagles on the puck. Melsness plays the body over on the far wall there as Bridget Bullis is knocked down in the play. Now it's going to be Hancock to play back in behind the net. Spanier for the Eagles. She'll regroup back D to D behind their own net. Pressured on the play was Anna Brown as the Red Knights work the end boards. Sliding down, it's going to be Podine with it. She tries to play this to an open space back in behind the net, but that's cut off neatly by the defense there of the Eagles back in off the corner. Played through and back into the center ice area it goes as the Red Knights will regroup into their own zone with the retreat by Abby Hancock. She has Mortensen up on the right wing side, hops her stick, but there to gather in for the Red Knights is Zavril. Plays that one through a pair of legs. That's going to be no ice on the play as Claire Kuipers battles off the end boards. Nice shifty move there. Looks back up through the neutral zone. That misses the mark, and the foot race ensues as it's going to be Peschel back in the corner. Bumps the end boards for Jones. Jones with it now, plays this one ahead. Knocked it back up into through the center area for Junker. She finds, a nice little move there. Mortensen, Zavril in front, rebound. Oh, that one doesn't get through on the second chance by Junker. Here come the Red Knights back up through center ice. Mortensen was there. Junker will play that one in across the line. Now on it for the Eagles. It's going to be Carlson. She's stopped by Junker. Gets a little bit of help. Does Carlson on that puck with Claire Kuipers as she's hounded by DeCesar to the corner. Off the boards at the line, Peschel pinches, but they're going to play it to the center ice area to the Eagles. Junker was there. Now it's going to be DeCesar. I don't think we've had a whistle here yet in the early going, if I recall. 12-19 and ticking as these two teams are getting after it. From the right wing side, McMillan, now Peschel takes over at the line, off the end of her stick to the corner. She was hounded by Grace Kuipers. In front they go. On comes the Eagles. Again, it's Melsness on the play. Back in behind, it's going to be Sydney Langseth off the boards to center. She finds ahead to Nora Wagner across the line. Paddle down, steered. It's kind of stuck between the blocker pad and the glove of the Red Knight goaltender, Carly Green. So Langseth will take the draw. She leans in with Olivia Haig for the Red Knights. 11:50 to go in the first stanza. Outlet to the right wing side, back up through center ice. That's swatted on the backhand by Spanier off the boards into the corner. Behind now it's Hancock with it. Goes D-to-D from the left corner. Flipped up high in the air as that flutters through center. Here comes a foot race for it. Hain is in there. And down to cover up for the Eagles will be Molly Gergen, as we'll bring the faceoff now inside the Eagles zone. Thanks for joining us here tonight. So far on the season, the Eagles averaging almost 3.5 goals for per game and 1.96 against. Meanwhile, for the Red Knights, they're at 3.574 and 1.83 against. They're pretty much mirror images in that category. And so far between these two teams, what you're seeing is what I feel, two clubs that can really skate, and they go to the open area as well, and they're both competing. Hain now in to take the draw. Spade work there by Danny Benson. Off the draw from the left wing, there's a wrister that's partially deflected away by Green. Haig will look up through the middle, gathered in by the defense of Anna Brown. She plays that off the boards. It's going to be Hancock to backpedal and play off the boards. That hit the bucket of Hain, who's going to have to regroup back for Hancock behind her own net. Hancock looked to Podine from the corner, instead up the right wing for Hain. She'll chip a pass to the left side. Oh, there's a collision there along the way, an interference penalty coming up on that play, as that was Olivia Haig that ran into an Eagle player. It was sort of an incidental contact thing, but it's going to be an interference call. As we'll get to those special teams now that we mentioned in the onset of this one. One-timer from Peschel. Power play for the Red Knights clicks at 26%. The PK for the Eden Prairie Eagles at about 83. Now it's going to be out of the zone. Here comes Jones with it for the Red Knights. Cuts away from the oncoming Langseth, who took away space, as Jones will regroup in her own zone as she looks ahead for Zavril across the line. Slick skater. She'll put on the brakes as she dangles to the corner, stays on it. Shallow angle. That one's going to be stopped by Gergen and hung on to, as gloves get up a bit there behind the net. Red Knights off the boards. Junker plays this one up. Jones hangs out of that one, guides it back in behind the net. Here comes Junker to the near corner. She's cut off on the play. Nice defensive positioning by Grace Kuipers. Haig with it. Dances. Boy, she can scoot. Jones, a wrister. That's stopped. Nice save. Gergen rebound to the slot area. Eagles get it, gather in, and it's Grace Kuipers to alleviate the pressure. 1:05 to go in the power play. 9:50 to go in the period. It's scoreless here from the Eden Prairie Community Center. That hops the stick of Haig, and back up at center, it's going to be knocked right back in by Anna Brown. Haig is there to seize her as well as they play this one back into the corner. Handling that is going to be Benson off the boards. Podine will walk it in offside at the line. It's just a little tardy there on that clearing attempt. With 46 to go in the first period on the power play for the Red Knights, 9:32 on the clock. Puck will be cleared back to the left wing side. Hancock reaches back and controls. She has some pressure from Burns. Hancock plays that one rink wide. Podine sends some sauce. That's coming right my way, but it hit the glass instead. And there was Hancock, now taken away by Burns. Shallow angle, glove save made by Green as she hangs on. The faceoff comes up to her left. You know, really, we've got 1 week left in this campaign. Thursday game, some clubs have one on Saturday. I've seen a couple on Tuesday, but I mean, the seedings are coming quick. And then it's win and continue, lose and go home. Gets very real very quickly. Podine with it. Lays this one ahead for Junker. Junker, nice little touch pass to Hancock. Foot race for it. Hancock plays that one in deep as she gets that past Spanier. But it'll be Spanier to get it and flips that one right into the bench area. Takes out one of the players for her efforts as well. 8:52 to go. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Don't forget, the Eden Prairie boys will be in action tonight against the Buffalo Bison. Late conference action. Tomorrow night, we're going to be coming to you from the Chaska Community Center, home of the Southwest Christian Richfield. I got to get the nickname because I know it's not the Spartans. I know that. So anyway, we'll get that as they'll be taking on the Minnesota River Bulldogs. That should be a fun game. It's like a homecoming bit for Southwest Christian Richfield. And then on Saturday, we've got a full menu of action. I mean, we are all over the place. We've got Benilde St. Margaret's girls. We've got the boys, varsity JV. We've got Edina and Eden Prairie. There's a chance that one just misses the mark. We've got the Edina girls closing out their season. A little bit of something for everybody. Mortensen turns it over to Peschel from the right wing side as she looks ahead. Zavril now right wing. She angles into the face-off dot area. That's wide of the mark. Hansen is there to put the stick on that, but here come the Eagles. Nice pass on the tape out of the zone. Holt with it. Paige Holt now plays that one in behind the net. Peschel finds that back in behind from Podine, as now it's up high and fought at by Hirsch as she plays that back in behind Red Knight territory. Podine with it from the left corner. She's going to carry this one up as she finds some real estate. Can't get the line, though. It's a nice job to cut it off for the Eagles. But there's the busy stick of Hansen. Zavril now backhand shovel plays that one in. Back in behind the net now. Here come the Eagles in transition from the left wing side. That's too far. That's going to be on goal. Green will steer it off, and she's going to say, I'm going to cover that one up instead. Took the safety valve. Didn't want to hang Podine out to dry. Do we have the replay mechanism yet? We're not going to. Producer David Hillen reduced to updating the scoreboard tonight. For this one, anyway. Back in behind the net it goes. Hancock will play this one. She finds Podine. Long ahead it goes. Controlled by the Eagles. Back at the line. It's going to be Langseth loads it up. That's a wrister knocked away by Hain. 5-on-5 hockey here now with 6:48 to go in the period. Eagles out of the corner. Back door. Scores! Oh, what a feed. Here comes the Teddy Bears. They're flying. On that goal was going to be Nora Wagner, I believe. And, you know, the Teddy Bears are flying. And fact is, the referees looked at the ice and said, awesome. No, Eagles will jump off the bench and they're going to grab those and get those all gobbled up and taken care of. Oh, here comes one more. Here comes another. Oh, and another tardy one for good measure. There's always a joker in the crowd. All right, so now we get the Teddy Bears cleared off the ice. 12:19 was the official time of that first goal of the game. Nora Wagner, your goal scorer. Her Eagles lead 1-0 against the Red Knights. DeCesar off the draw, finds Peschel. Now Jones takes over. She'll play that one ahead, knocked off the boards by Junker. And now it's going to be Benson with it, cut off by Jones. Backhand through the slot area. Jones knocks that one into the corner. Eagles and the Red Knights with the forecheck. They'll play this one back on the stick. Back up to the line it goes. That's McMillan. Looked for Peschel, gets it back. There's a redirect. Nice save by Gergen. Took the traffic and the deflection from Junker. Peschel has the heavy one. Ooh, that hit Junker right in the back of the calf. Back up through center ice it goes, and icing will be your calls. We'll bring it back down into Eagle territory with 6:02 to go in the first period. Now Podine plays this one. Mortensen is there. Zavro! The one-toucher just misses the mark. What an opportunity there. Now it's going to be Hansen behind the net. Zavril again looks out front. That's deflected off a stick. And in front it goes as that's covered up. .548 to go here in the first. Am I in the shot there, Groves? Okay. Brown plays this one around. Podine poke checks. Now it's Hancock in a foot race. She's got some pressure coming her way. It's going to be played around to Mortensen to the near side boards as she plays that up through center ice. On the stick now of Anna Brown. Goes D to D for Spanier. Looked ahead for Langseth off the heel of the stick. Langseth down to the corner. Little stutter step to the corner. She stays on it. Finds it in the corner now for Wagner. That one deflects wide of the mark. Well, they look back ahead off the boards. Knocked at, and that's sent right back in as Peschel will regroup behind her own net. Here's Peschel surveying the scene, or check that Podine rather. Cut off on the stick of Langseth, back down low. This is where they're dangerous. Quick wrister, that's blocked on the left thigh of Mortensen. Now it's Hansen to center. She runs into a good defensive play by Spanier, and it's going to be Podine to play this one D to D. Hancock back over for Spanier. Ahead they go. Off the skate to center. Zavril will take over. She had a lot of white sweaters converge on her as it's now played up by Benson. Picked off by the Red Knights. That's Melsness with it, who plays that one back. Ahead it goes on the play. That was Hancock, who was looking for Mortensen, but a nice play by Benson. She's been cutting it off all over the place. Green steers off to the left. Jones, nice job to stay on that puck inside as she bumps off the boards to center. Eagles now, that's deflected away to the near boards it goes. Swatted at and played down by Brown, but on the stick of the Red Knights. That was Emma Hain there. Now it's Haig with it. Haig, Hain, and Melsness up front. And the puck will drop into the Eden Prairie zone as they play this one off to the left wing corner. Benson guides that back in behind. Jones with it, makes the play as she's going to work the right wing side. Here's Jones off the boards to center. Backpedaling, it's Kuipers. That's going to be Claire Kuipers with it. Mishandled a bit, then Haig gets it off the board. She puts on the brakes, looks and surveys. Knocked off her stick. I'm telling you, this has got a playoff vibe to it. It's really, the intensity and the level of play is peaking here between these two top 10 teams, and they're looking every bit the part here. This is great hockey so far. This first period's been something to call here from the perch at Eden Prairie and the Eagles' nest. Now it's going to be Jones to the near side for Peschel. Peschel, nice little stick handle to get away from traffic up to Junker. She's going to play deep, and she's going to put some pressure on Claire Kuipers. Kuipers escapes up to the left wing side, feeds that one ahead on the tape of Lotta Brown, and that was off the stick of Hirsch. Now to be bumped back into Red Knight territory as they'll play the boards. That's Podine on the play. Knocked away from Junker. On that puck strong was Carlson, and it's going to be sent back into Eagle territory, and icing the call as we'll bring it back to the left of the Red Knight goaltender, Carly Green, the junior. This is a very, very young Red Knight team. They have one senior, Rose Beeman, one of the goaltenders on this team. The rest are all underclassmen. Got a good number of mix of juniors, sophomores, and some peppered in freshmen. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we'll get to their roster makeup here in a minute. Podine back in from the corner as she's wedged. Langseth is there. Back into the corner goes for Brown. Brown will guide that one ahead. That's reached back for by Wagner, the game's lone goal scorer. 1-0 in favor of the Eagles with 2:22 to go if you've just joined us. Too far for Zavarro. Will that be enough for an icing? Yes, they say it is. She didn't get a piece of it, and we're going to bring it back into the Red Knight zone. Got a wholesale change for Jamie Grossman's team. Danny Benson to draw in against Haig, as it's going to be Zavarro to play for Jones. Jones looked ahead for Melsness, knocks that out of the air, nifty play. Melsness stripped of the puck. Whoa, what a defensive play there by Carrie Burns. Now it's going to be Peschel back in behind her own net. Over for Hain. She calmly waits for it, gets it back to Peschel as they're going to cross as Peschel works it out of the zone. Rangy defenseman who can shoot it, skate, and handle it. Nice player. Paka in on net as that's Gergen to make the save. She reaches down with a big catch glove and she hangs on. Faceoff comes up to her left. The official start time for the boys game slated for 7:30 here tonight from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Off the face-off now, it's going to be Nora Wagner through center, gets away from Peschel. Here comes Wagner, feeds over, scores! Oh, what a play. Wagner up the left wing side, hung on to the puck, and there's Grace Kuipers waiting for it as she has that stick firm on the ice and slaps it home for the 2-0 Eden Prairie lead. Oh, there goes another teddy bear. That one was a little late. They didn't see that one on the ice. Whatever you want. Back into the corner it goes. Red Knights in their defensive zone. The Eagles have shown that they can finish around the goal mouth area. They score off a beautiful rush there, and they've got players on the back door. Energy. Really good looking goals here. Hancock with it, back in behind for Podine. Off to the left wing side it goes. Red Knights play this one ahead for Zavarro. Off the boards, that's cut off by Carlson. And now the Red Knights will control back into their own zone. Left off, Lily Mortensen finds Podine. That's deflected away off a stick of Benson. And the length of the ice it goes with 52 to go in the period. Here come the Eagles back into the center ice area as Jones will take over as she backpedals and surveys. Looks back up the middle, Zavarro. Stood up on the play by Burns. Turned over to Langseth across the line. Her wrister turned aside by Green. Nearly went 5-hole there. Green, nice job to use the goal stick. From the corner they go, look out, the official nearly was on his derriere. Now they're going to play this one to the right wing side. Nice strong stick by Mortensen. Now it's going to be Peschel. Lays that one up for Zavarro. Peschel's going to join the rush. Zavarro plays that one in off the glass. And it's going to be taken away there by Carlson. She goes off to the right side, watched by Melsness, forced back in behind. Melsness stays on her. Off the end boards, here's Melsness looking out front. That hit Hain right off the shins. Poke to the corner. Now it's going to be Benson with it. Nice job as they try to play that one out of the corner. Emma Hain with a great shift there. It's 1-0 in favor of the Eagles. We've played one, or 2-0 rather, in favor of the Eagles. We've played one. We'll have a great second period coming up for you. The MNHockey.tv right after this.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're going to do some hard things today, and we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
You know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to, you know, be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow. This looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
So there you go. I hope everybody heard that. Oh, it is what it is. So we use this production software that didn't allow us to go live here tonight. It's kind of weird. So we had to do it old school, and that's why not that anybody knows, enough of that. Red Knights from right to left, Eagles from left to right. 2-0 in favor of Eden Prairie here in the second period. Doubleheader tonight here at the MNHockey.tv. We're going to have the Eden Prairie Eagles boys squaring off against the Bison of Buffalo. The Brasini brothers. See them again on this station. Big check off the near boards. Melsness goes down. Back into the corner. It's Grace Kuipers. Deflects off a stick. Melsness stays strong on the puck to the near side. Goes down again. Delayed penalty. This one will be on the Eagles as they will have a checking call. That one will go against Christina Spanier, the junior defender. Face-off win. Junker comes away with it up to Peschel, who leaves off to the right wing side for Haig. That's deflected. Nice job by Peschel to keep that one alive as pressure applied by Grace Kuipers. Junker back for Haig. Uses the skate to keep it alive. Kicks it to the corner to Caesar in front, being watched. Jones now the wrister. Traffic. Rebound. Puck's loose. They try to push that home. Haig fires that one wide of the mark, and now it's going to be Langset to come away with it from the right wing corner. Flutters that one up into the air. Glove down on the way by Grace Kuipers. Here she comes shorthanded. Peschel knocks that away from her. Langset backhand. Nice save. Green off the post. Puck's loose as Green will sprawl and cover. The faceoff will come up to her right. .50-50 puck as it's played Hancock for Podine. 1:10 in the power play for Benilde St. Margaret's. They're 0 for 1 with the power play so far here tonight. 3-on-2 battle to the near boards. Red Knights come away with it. Podine, that's the luxury of having the 5-on-4. Podine cuts through. That one now. Hain takes over from the corner. Back up for Podine. Podine loads it up, the left-hand shot. Now she's going to give over to the right wing side. Hancock will have to play that off the boards. Zavarol chips that one into the corner. Positioned, though, by Anna Brown. And there's a nice battle by Hansen, one off the end boards. Hain back up for Podine, reaches over to her right. Back down for Hain, left circle, sends that one through. Glove save, Gergen. Good one there, as she'll hang on to that one. .29 to go in the power play. 14:56 in the period. Cleared around to the near boards. It's going to be Wagner there. Back up into center ice area. Peschel with a rolling puck for Jones. Jones bumps off the boards, keeps it alive. She'll gain the line now. She has Junker with her. Jones to the corner. Turned off that one. That one's laid back through to Caesar is there. Jones gloves that one down. Checked on the play. Up ahead it goes. Burns was there, now to the right wing side. It's going to be Bauer. Wrister, nice save there by Green. We're 5-on-5 now as they pile up in front of the bench area. The Red Knights guide it to center ice on the play. That was DeCesar. Now it's going to be Peschel. Sends a pass for Junker. Stepping up on that was Kuipers. Back into the corner now, Jones. She has some pressure from Claire Kuipers. Now it's going to be Haig with it. Haig slides away from one player and plays that one up into the neutral zone for Junker. She finds DeCesar, who will play that one through to the slot. Looks for Haig, and in on goal is a bounding puck. He kind of short hopped the blue paint and into the glove of Molly Gergen. Nice save by the junior goaltender. Back at the line, nice job, Hancock. Offside as she stick handled right there for a second, pulled herself offside with that one. Sean Podine, you could hear him. Hansen is there. Off the boards, it's Hancock. Spanier now gathers, plays to the left wing side. Brown has her pass deflected away. Now it's on the stick of Carlson through center. Angled by Hansen, finds an opening and sends that around to the far side. Mortensen waits. She comes away with it, looks back up ice. That's off a stick. Here they come. It's going to be Hansen with it to the corner. Hansen stays on the puck as she protects. Looks back behind the net. That one's too far for Zavril. And now a nice wedge job there. Puck is played to the line. Jones tries to pinch on that one. Now it's going to be Peschel from left to right. Reaching in on her, there is Holt to make the play, but Peschel gets away from it. Here she comes. Oh, she's in on goal. Peschel to the forehand. Nice save by Gergen. She turns that aside. Peschel to the near boards. Played back into the corner. Pulled out of there by Melsness. Back up to Jones. Rister's blocked. And back into the center ice area it goes. Hirsch forechecks her. Jones now turns back away and looks over to the near side for Melsness. Melsness on the tape for Hain as she reaches for that one. It's Brown who knocks that one away. Melsness wanted it, chops that one right onto an Eagles stick as they play this one ahead for Langseth. Here comes Langseth. She can skate to the backhand. Scores! Sydney Langseth, tons of skill there. Takes advantage of the turnover through center ice. Gets Green down on the ice and goes to the backhand and knocks that one home for the 3-0 Eagle lead. Off the draw, Junker comes away with it. 12 minutes now remaining here in the second. Eagles now back in behind their net with Bullis. Junker has had a very effective game here for Vanilla St. Margaret's. Hancock is going to play that down the boards. Langseth with her team's most recent goal. Up and out of play it goes. Will face off inside the Eden Prairie zone. Back to the corner. Junker was there. Podine walks down on that. To the corner for McMillan. Gets her stick in on Bullis, who stays strong on the puck. Outlets to the left wing side for Wagner. Too far on the right wing for Grace Kuipers, but she gathers off the boards. Stick check there by Podine. Through the slot area it goes, off the end boards. Wagner through, stick down on that one. Stopped by Green as the faceoff will come up to her right. Peschel now finds Jones off the faceoff. Ahead they go to Hansen. Now Zavril races in across the line, watched wide defensively there by the Eagles, Claire Kuipers. And it's going to be over to the far side. Hansen waits for it off the end boards, looks out front as that one's knocked away, and they're going to outlet to the right wing side. That was Benson, quickly received that pass and gave it back to Burns. From center, Spanier plays that through. That's deflected at the line. In on goal as it's going to be Green to hang on. With 10:42 to go in the second period. Take this one over to the right dot in the Red Knight zone. Knocked to the corner by Jordan Hirsch. Red Knights control now. Jones looks ahead for Melsness. At center they cross Now it's going to be Haig with it as she races across the line. Made a move, but there's Hain with a shot. Glove saved by Gorgon. As she'll hang on with the big catch glove there. Both tenders have pretty much been at a stalemate here tonight, except for 3 gorgeous Eden Prairie goals. Langseth just accelerated and worked her way through traffic and went forehand to backhand and buried. Haig cuts that off of the line as she plays this down the left wing boards for Melsness. She's going to be wedged by Langseth. Now it's Carlson with it. Off the boards to center. Peschel stays on it. Ooh, that's off the glove. Took a funny carom. That went off Anna Brown. And there's Gergen to adjust and make the nice save there. She went down with the catch glove to take the short hop a la Jorge Polanco. And we're 2 weeks from pitchers and catchers reporting. How exciting is that? I mean, for me, it's a big deal. Can't get enough of that. Over to the near boards. Now it's going to be Podine. Plays that in, delayed offside on the Red Knights. They play to center. Now McMillan with it. Stick gets there by Grace Kuipers. Now it's going to be Hancock. A couple of number 9s doing battle off the corner. McMillan. Grace Kuipers is there as she's going to wait for it and protect. Up to the line they go. Loaded up. There's a wrister. That misses the mark. Now it's going to be Junker. She tries to gather in through traffic. And it's going to be to Caesar with it off the boards. That's knocked back into the center ice area. Brown is there. Now Podine comes away with it. She turns this one up ice. Junker deflects that one. That's off the gear of Carlson. Now Podine plays that to the slot area. Gathered in and turned up ice by Claire Kuipers. Nice job to get away from the Caesar, who was on her way to the bench. Now a drop pass Langseth. Wrister. Green reads that one right into the right thigh with her blocker pad and stick as she traps that one in there for the face-off inside the zone. Mortensen gets tossed. Averill comes in, pushes that to the near boards. Eagles come away with that to the corner. Checked on the play is Jenna Rubin. Now Zaverill, the center, she plays that one through back in behind the net. Claire Kuipers now. Jones, that's cut off and back up ice. They go with Hirsch. Wide of the mark they go. Back in behind. Peschel watches. Pushes it over the near boards for Jones, who comes away with it. Jones looks to play to the slot area, but that's cut off and played back into the corner by Benson. Back at center. Burns to an open wing. Jones hard off the boards, and icing will be the call. So we'll walk it back down into Benilde St. Margaret's territory. Red Knights on the draw. Podine takes that from behind from Hancock as it's going to be Podine again. She's bothered on the play by Burns. Back to the corner for Hancock, ahead for Hain. She's cut off on the play by Gretchen Bauer. Now it's going to be Haig with it to center. Melsness wanted it, gets it, takes it back and across the line, kicks it to safety. Finds an opening to the right wing side. That's blocked, and she's bothered on the play by Bullis. Back to the line. Hancock loads it up. The wrister through traffic. That was blocked on the way through. Never got in. Eagle player shaken up behind the play. We'll wait and see if we get the trainer here. Gary Smith now on the ice. He has the escort coming his way. There was no penalty on the play. I see the two officials with the orange bands talking it over. Did you see anything? I don't know. Did you? No. Now they're going to the linesman. They're having their discussion. Anna Brown was the player that's shaken up. She's on her knees now. Brown gets off under her own power. And we'll face this one off outside as Grace Carlson finished off the escort for the trainer Gary Smith. As it was up high somewhere around the shoulder region where the injury occurred. I think she's going to be okay from what I can see, the way she worked her way off the ice. Podine hard off the glass to center. Claire Kuipers plays that back over to Spanier through center. That hops Podine's stick as she comes away with it from the corner. Quickly up to the left wing side, but Grace Kuipers cuts that off. Hancock comes away with it, now ahead for Hain. She's got Haig try to play it through to her, but Spanier's stick is there to deflect that one up and out of play. Face-off control, Burns across the line. Look out, here comes a late player shot. That's a nice save by Green as she took that away from Bauer, who came through. Nice progression there by the Eagles off the draw. There's a wrist shot blocked by Junker. Played back down into the corner. Knocked away. Jones is there. DeCesar helps out. Up to the line. Held in again by the defense at the line. That was Claire Kuipers. Knocked off the boards by Grace Carlson behind the net. Good strength by Danny Benson to play that one up. But there's going to be the puck back on the stick for Carlson. Rister redirect. Whoa! Backdoor opportunity there for Burns. Nearly had that one. Peschel wins the battle, albeit momentarily off the end boards as the Eagles hounding on the forecheck. Little pile up there in the corner. Pair of Eagle players go down as the Red Knights DeCesar plays to center. Foot race to the corner. Nice job to escape there as Claire Kuipers cut off at the line. Peschel loads up and shoots. That one's blocked. Back behind, Zavril plays that around. Man, I'll tell you what, if I were Emma Peschel, I'd shoot it any time I could. She can shoot the puck. That one's going to be wide of the mark. Podine is there back in behind the net. Ahead it goes. That's off the stick. No ice on the play. Mortensen will bring some heat back in on Jenna Rubin, who outlets to the left wing side. Zavril knocks that away. Now it's going to be Hansen with it. She'll carry this one back into the corner. Hansen back up for Podine. Podine had no shot as she was closed in on by Rubin. Nice job by the winger. Back behind the net. Hansen now off the boards for Podine. Podine again lays this one back toward the circle areas. That's knocked away. Eagles now once again try to make the play. But Mortensen's there on the forecheck. Mortensen over skates back from the corner. Red Knights, that's going to be Hansen again. Now Podine comes away with it. Lets a slapper go. That's wide of the mark. The big carom over to the far side. Back up into the center ice area. That was off the stick. Paige Holt was there momentarily. The Red Knights then sent it back up over the glass with 4:51 to go here in the second period. Was it direct or was it underneath? So it was a puck that came up. So David Hillen did his work. Found that. Went back and rewound it. The puck went up and caught her underneath. That was the issue there. That doesn't feel good at all. Back in behind the net. At the line, there's a shot that's deflected. Scores! That That might have been redirected in by Grace Kuipers on the way down. Goaltender was going one way as the puck redirected, and it wobbled its way off the pad and just trickled in behind the net. It's now 4-0 Eagles. Well, they're soaring here tonight around the goal mouth area. I mean, if you looked at this game from an end-to-end type of hockey game and from a dot-to-dot game, it's pretty even. I mean, I'd almost say the Red Knights have a little more action going on in the offensive zone, maybe. I said maybe, but the finishing touches have been all over the place for the Eagles. And that's what you need to have to win a state title right there, is the ability to finish when you have your opportunities and then continue. Back up to the line now for Peschel. There's that snapper. That's blocked. Hits Zavril on the way in. Grace Kuipers back behind the net. Now Langseth comes away with it. Jones sends it right back in. We nearly caught Gorgon by surprise. The Red Knights had Zavril bringing the heat there, forcing the face-off inside the zone with 4:21 to go here in the second period. Second half of the doubleheader is going to come up at 7:30. It's going to be the Eagles boys from this very facility taking on the Buffalo Bison. Malstis now from the corner, try to muscle her way toward the goal mouth area. Gergen is there, pile up, and she gets down and covers that one up. But the faceoff coming up inside the Eagles zone. They're going to change their defense. Shot by Peschel, deflected. Melsness comes away, tries to cycle to the corner. Hain comes out, looks up high for Haig. There's a wrister. Hain's there looking for Haig again. Now that's going to be on the stick of Spanier. Chips the boards over to the right wing side and sent to center ice. On that play, that was Gretchen Bauer. Now to the right wing side, sent right back in. Gergen steers to her left as Spanier is there. Watched by Hain. Spanier again. Haig will now close on her. Spanier gets away from Haig. Back up through center. She's going to shovel one back up through. No ice on the play. Delayed offside. It did hit her stick inside the zone, and they're bringing it all the way down. .328 to go in the period. Eagles bring the Langseth line out. Pressure from Nora Wagner up high. Grace Kuipers, the other winger. Off the boards and into the Red Knights bench it goes. Look out, Nick Spirides. It's right by his real estate there with the forwards. Off the boards to center by Langseth, the senior. Hancock is going to be pressured by Wagner, who stays right on it. Offers shins to the corner, knocks it behind the net. Hansen now looks up to center ice. Off the boards and sent in by Mortensen. Now going to retrieve for the Eagles. It's going to be Brown. Good to see she's okay after she took that puck. Brown comes away with it, back in behind the net. Off the boards to the left wing side. Melsness was there. Now look back up to center ice. Haig back into the corner. Now Hancock with it. Tried to guide that ahead to Zavril, but that was read and cut off on a nifty play there by Hirsch. To the slot area, now it's Podine with it. Looks back to the near side for Mortensen. Mortensen tries to get away from the forecheck. That's gloved down, but back on the stick for Hancock. Up for Zavril to the right wing side with Hansen 2-on-3. Zavril gets away from one player in on goal. And that's going to be covered by Molly Gergen. as she keeps that 4-0 lead intact for her squad with a $1:58 to go in period number 2. Puck was left behind. Here comes Hain in on goal, and a big save by Gergen as she's going to cover and hang on. Back in behind the net now. The Eagles, Spanier on the tape for Benson. Deep it goes. Burns was there. Now it's going to be Hain that plays ahead for Haig across the line. Haig's going to carry, push that one deep. Haig stays on it. Melsness now to the corner as she jostles. And here they come through center. Off the right wing boards, knocked in by Burns behind the net. Peschel from the corner for Melsness. Looks through center. No ice on the play as that gets under the stick of the Eagles, Claire Kuipers. Hain will force her. We're under a minute to play now here in the second period off the end boards. Body positioning there. They're taking the hands, I guess. Back from the corner. Nice little play back up the right wing side. Over to the left wing. The Eagles play it with Carlson, and down on the play was Carrie Burns. That forces a whistle with 39.9 to go on the clock. Boy, Gary Smith is logging the miles here on the ice. Looks like they're going to get her to her feet. Nope, she can't quite get there yet. So as Gary Smith attends to the injured player, who's now on her feet. We'll take a look at these two hockey clubs and their remaining schedules. For the Eden Prairie Eagles, coming up next for them, as we work my way through my information here as it slowly loads. The Eden Prairie Eagles schedule is very close to complete here. They've got the Wayzata Trojans right here at the Community Center on Saturday at 1 p.m. And that'll close out their regular season. Meanwhile, for the Red Knights, they've got a game on Saturday as well. And they will be squaring off. You'll see that game right here at the mnhockey.tv as well. Saturday afternoon. It's the Pioneers of Hill Murray off the boards and in on goal. And then it's seeding time and off to the races with the state tournament. Just all goes so fast from here on out. Guys start a couple weeks later, so they'll go until about the 15th of the regular season, which is a Saturday. Get things seeded out, and it's showtime. Kuipers in front for Langseth. That just missed the mark. Now it's Hancock. Looks to play that one off the boards. And back into the center ice area it goes for Anna Brown. Zavarel stays on her. Now it's going to be Spanier with it. Her pass is deflected. Brown off the boards to center. Played ahead for Langseth. 6 to go in the period. There's a quick slapper. Nice save, Green. That one nearly handcuffed her. Puck still loose. Still loose. And that's going to do it. They finally had that one covered right at the buzzer. And that does it for the second period. 2 more goals for the Eagles They take themselves a comfortable 4-0 lead into the break as we continue with high school hockey right here at the mnhockey.tv.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
the difference maker is just the the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home, for that trust they place in us. It's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
And welcome back to the Eden Prairie Community Center. The Eagles of Eden Prairie leading by a comfortable 4-0 margin over the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. And what are these teams' last 2 regular season games? So 4 periods remain, barring overtime in any of the 2 affairs. The Eagles will have the Wayzata Trojans to close out their late conference schedule, and the Red Knights will wrap it up with the Hill-Murray Pioneers in non-conference action. The Metro East faces off against the Metro West. We saw this Red Knight team open up their coverage on the MNHockey.tv outside at the Rock in St. Louis Park. And I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a hockey game. They played in a 6-3 loss to the Andover Huskies, and nothing was guaranteed in that contest. A couple of threes to draw here. It's going to be Langseth and Haig as the Red Knights control off the draw. Peschel will backpedal in her own zone as she plays that off the stick of Melsness. And now it's going to be Spanier with it off the boards and played back in behind. Jones will gather this one in. She's forced wide on the play, watched by Langseth, and gives over for Peschel, who lays one up to the right wing side for Haig, who chips that one ahead. Cutting that off was Brown. Now Langseth back over for Spanier, deep in her own zone. Up to center ice. Langseth gets through the stick check of Hain. Turned it over a bit, but then it's picked up by Grace Kuipers across the line. Her wrister misses the mark with a big carom over the near boards. Nora Wagner opened up all your scoring here early in the first period as she was there. Grace Kuipers now. And it's going to be Peschel. Looks ahead for Haig. Now Claire Kuipers off the boards. Jones steps up strong on that puck. Back into the zone it goes. And on the stick now of the Eagles, as this one's going to be sent right back in. That one by Annabelle Maida, the freshman. Hancock will play that around the boards. Hansen is there. Bodine now back into the corner for Hancock as she gathers in and looks back up to the right wing side. There's a shot that misses the mark. All the way to the far boards it goes. Carlson down the boards, picked up by Bodine as she's going to look ahead to Hansen. Through center ice she goes, off the boards, a rattling puck into Eagle territory, and that's going to be an icing call with 15:21 to go in the third. Face off to the left to Caesar in to take the draw against Paige Holt. Caesar swats that one back to the corner. The Eagles will get possession with Hirsch. Up to the line, Spanier loads it up, lost the handle there, and the Red Knights will poke to center. That was McMillan who played that ahead to Caesar now, finds an open corner. Junker will work her way through on the forecheck. Brown now to Caesar, looks out front, nice feed there, picked up by Jones. Jones on the backhand up, knocked down, and back out of the zone come the Eagles. In transition on the puck, it's Brown, a lot of Brown with it, puts it in front. Penalty coming up, oh, heavily to the boards go a pair of players, Jones first, and she was in there as well with Holt, who shook that one right off. The freshman. Almost looked like she's having a little fun with that. So the power play now employed by the Eagles, who have a 31% conversion rate with the power play. The penalty kill, very impressive for the Red Knights. They've been killing off at 86% on the season as well. Rister ramped up off the stick it into the catch glove off Green. Resetting again now. Langseth gets the draw. Possession so important. Wagner now Down the boards for Podine, who takes over for the Red Knights to the line, but not out. Brown, Anna Brown shot. That one misses the mark. Quickly over to the near boards go the Eagles. Langseth will be up at the left point as she walks down to the circle. Her shot deflects. That's off the leg there of Danny Benson. Langseth reaches back to her left and comes back up high to the slot area. She'll give that up high to the point. That's going to be Anna Brown. That misses the mark. It's going to be Hain, who tried to work it through the zone, but she was cut off on the play by Langseth, who comes away. The couple players are down. There's some real estate. Langseth takes it. Back door! Shot and a save made by Green. Nice one there to pull that away from Grace Kuipers. Off the boards into the neutral zone it goes, and that hit a Red Knight player, I believe. .46 to go in the third, and 1:03 with the power play. Back up from the right wing side they go. Benson. Drop pass. Langseth. Into the corner. Back up to the line, now controlled by Anna Brown. There's a shot. I don't think Green was able to see that one on its way through. Eagles backdoor Langseth. That one was closed quickly by Green. Nice pad save. She got over from left to right quite efficiently. Now Langseth with it. Leaves over to the right wing side. Anna Brown back down. Right circle through. They try to find that open player on the back door who opens up in the off wing for the quick one-timer. And they're going to play that one in. That's Averill on the play for the Red Knights. 6 to go on the power play. 12:47 to go in the third. Back up to the left wing side. Eagles, that's Nora Wagner, play to the right wing side. Turned away is Sydney Langseth. And now here they come out of the zone. Hancock. Cross center drop pass for Haig. That's cut off. Played back up through center. Wagner 2-on-1. She'll hold it, shoot. She wanted to go 5-hole, puck still loose. Nice save by Green and a good reach. She stayed patient on that one. Really solid goaltending there. We're 5-on-5 now as the puck will be played back around. Melsness. Peschel hopped away from the official there. Now Hancock up for Hain. As Hain comes back away with it. Hancock to the left wing side for Melsness. Back up at center ice. Brown is there. Hancock sits on it and plays this one in on goal. That's reached down and hung on to by the Eden Prairie goaltender Molly Gergen. She's been a little bit quiet here in this third period. The frame has been kind of owned by the Eagles. Did a nice job on the power play. Mortensen from the corner looks out front. Bounding puck. Now Zaverill walks up high from the slot. She goes high with that heavy shot. Nice job. Gergen stays on her feet and just goes up and traps that against the body. Now 11:37 to go in the period. There's a chance down low. That was Hansen that had the opportunity there. Hancock to the near boards. Zaverill comes away with it. Nice feed over for Hansen. She handles it off the backhand. Nice job with the feet and the hands to keep that alive. But instead, back the other way come the Eagles. It's going to be Claire Kuipers back in across the line. Nice job to continue through to the corner. She's watched by Jones. Peschel takes it and goes. Here comes Peschel in across the line. She's going to play this one deep and follow it through as the Red Knights change their forwards. Peschel gets some help now from Junker. And to center, it's McMillan who takes over. Off the boards, and that's off the stick of Kuipers back in the corner. Claire Kuipers watched on the play as she looks ahead. Found Maida. Now it's going to be picked up by the defensive Spanier. Rink wide, too far. Peschel off the boards. Langseth gathers in. finds the oncoming Grace Carlson. Long clearing attempt, dump in there, knocked down by Jones as she gets away from one player. Edges her way through center. There were 4 white sweaters there waiting for her. Here come the Eagles back up through center ice. Langseth accelerates back into the corner, puts on the brakes. Knocked away from the slot area. Jones protects. She looks up ice. Here's a chance down low. That's knocked away from Grace Kuipers. And they'll play this up to the line. It's going to be Brown. Misses the mark. Grace Kuipers again. Played back in by Wagner. Haig looks ahead. Melsness wanted to go off to the races there, but the defense of Anna Brown said otherwise. Haig gets it back, chops that toward the goal mouth. Nice save by Gergen. They go heavily into the boards. Haig knocks that out. Oh, look at that from the seated position, makes the play. 2-on-2 battle won by the Red Knights. Up to the line for Podine. Gives back over for Hancock. Podine gets it back. She's going to tuck this one back in behind the net to the near corner. It's going to be Hain to take over. Tried to cycle that one down low, and there's a penalty coming up. Haig's going to get the cross check. And we'll see the Eagle power play employed once again, and it's been good. They haven't scored. They're 0 for 1 official with it, but we'll see what they do with it here on this one with 9:01 to go in the period. You know, it's 6:41, and Bart Archer is usually here by now. I wonder where he is. We'll announce his presence for the upcoming gentlemen's game. That'll be played at 7:30. Back up to the near side for Langseth. Plays this one down. Loaded up. There's a shot. Nice save. Green steered over to the far side. Wagner with it now. She had Brown with her. Lays that one up to Brown. Shot in on goal. That's stopped and held on too. The whistle blew. 1:25 to go in the power play. 8:26 to go in the period. The chance steered out of there by Green. Nice job. Eagles continue to control in the offensive zone. Grace Kuipers now for Langseth. Peschel watches her. There's a touch pass, the give and go for Langseth, working her way to the goal mouth area. 49 to go in the power play. Back up to the center ice area. That's off the glove of Anna Brown. DeCesar is there creating trouble. And off the skate of Peschel, Jones finds an opening and sends it the length of the ice. So far, the PK getting the job done. And what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I thought we had 6 players on the ice. They didn't do that swirly thing with the finger, but there it is. There it is. Too many. from center ice. It's played in. That was Anna Brown on the play, so it's going to be 5-on-5 for about 3 more seconds. Then the Red Knights get their second power play, or third power play of the game. They're 0 for 2 with it. Exact same number as the Eagles at this stage, as they're 0 for 2. Zavarro was there. Peschel steps up, hops over the check of Bauer. Peschel's there. Now it's going to be played down the wall by Jones. Zavarro comes away. Nice little move there to get it to Peschel, the heavy shot. Nice save. Gergen reads that one through. Gets down to the butterfly and hangs on and covers up. Back in behind now, it's going to be Claire Kuipers. Grace Kuipers to the right wing side. It's going to be Danny Benson from center. She's going to ring this back into the Red Knight zone with 1 minute to go on the power play and 6:20 to go in the period. Here's Peschel. Long pass ahead to the right wing side, too far for Zavarro. As that's Melsness that reached for that one. Peschel will regroup back into her own zone. Peschel looks at Jones and said, keeps it herself. Gets away from one would-be checker, then a second. Peschel leaves over for Zavarro, the zig and zag. Played back in behind. Now it's going to be Benson. Look out, that one brought some gas. Up and out of play. Up the boards it goes. Now it's going to be handled and played back into the corner. Haig for Hancock. Now Podine. Nice little inside out move by Haig. Shallow angle. 4 to go in the power play. Back up to the line for Hancock as she controls, loads it up, shoots. That one just wide of the mark as that thunders off the end boards. Junker now misfires with Podine, and all the way back into Red Knight territory it goes. Peschel for Jones. Up to the left wing side. Too far for Zavarro. No ice on the play. Over into the corner. Claire Kuipers was there. She's bothered by a couple of Red Knight players. Mortensen, one of them. Now Jones takes the carom off the boards and races in offside as a couple of Red Knight players are working to get back but couldn't quite get back in time quick enough. Look at that. For David Hillen, dinner is served. I said for David Hillen, dinner is served. What a lucky guy. Zavarro, that shot's deflected. Over to the near side it goes. Back through the center ice. Jones. What'd you go with, steak? Oh, look at you. Of course, we're talking Chipotle here. Inside out they go. Jones, nice move with 4 minutes to go in the period. Knocked in on goal, and that's stopped by Gergen. Nice play there as Jones stepped up in the play. And that one was cut down by the goaltender. Oh, he's here, Bart Archer. Uh-oh, he had to park a mile away. That means he's not happy. From the left point, 3:39 to go in the period. Haig spun away from the puck. Knocked back up to the right wing side. That gets underneath Jones' stick as it'll trickle back into the Red Knight zone for an icing call. That's what will bring it all the way down to the right of Gergen once again. From center ice, another icing call as the puck rolls back into Red Knight territory. So that first period, we had just non-stop action, just up and down. It was great. I think we went about 5, 6, 7 minutes without a whistle, very intense. And now we've kind of slowed it down a little bit. As the checking's gotten a little bit tighter for these two teams, the goaltending. Gergen's been perfect in goal against these Red Knights. Eagles have cinched in on that lead from 2-0 to 4-0. Right wing side, Langseth finds the oncoming the oncoming Nora Wagner, as she'll tuck that one back into the corner. Langseth across the line, puts on the brakes. She has some room to navigate. Langseth with it now off the boards up to the line. There's a wrister that's blocked at the line. That one came through by Claire Kuipers. Knocked down the boards by DeCesar. She converges with Grace Kuipers. Langseth in to help out. Junker is there as well for the Red Knights. Podine looks on. Now it's played back into the corner. Nearly took out the official. Langseth cuts that off. Walks away from Hancock. Now Podine watches her. Back from behind the net. Wraparound attempt knocked away. There's a shot that goes right into the midsection. And that's held onto by Green. From the right point, that's guided down by Claire Kuipers. Underneath the stick of Hirsch. And cut off again by the Eagles. Nice play there on the forecheck by Maida. Back into the neutral zone as they look over to the near boards. That's Hirsch again. And they'll regroup and gather. Turned away from traffic is Kuipers. Back up to center. That misses the mark. It's going to be Peschel with it. Peschel off the boards with 1:47 to go here in the third period. Back behind, turn away from traffic. Oh, there's a nice play by Haig as she worked through the slot area, but was swatted away from her by Brown. Peschel loads up, there's a deflection. Oh, Gergen liked that one. Reaches out and makes the save and snaps it up. .127 to go in the third period. Mortensen will step in to face off against Danny Benson. Red Knights get it. That one, Karam's off the side of the net. That shot taken by Peschel. Knocked out of the way there. Nice save by Gergen. They're looking to preserve the shutout here at the 4-0 lead. Hansen plays it over to the near boards. Mortensen. Now it's knocked off the boards and sent back in by Spanier. Behind the net, there's Jones with it. Peschel looks up ice. Nice feed to the left wing side. Misses Hansen. Reached for and played in by Bullis. Back in behind now. It's going to be Jones. Jones over for Peschel. 49 to go in the period. Left wing breakout for Hansen. Nice job just to bump the boards as she had some heat from Bauer. Played off the boards or checked that was Claire Kuipers. Mortensen the shot, the glove hand save made. Gergen hangs on. And the faceoff will come up to her left. There's a chance in front. They score! And the Red Knights break up the shutout in front. Hard-working goal by them. And the job done by Melsness as it's 4-1 with 31.4 seconds left. And there goes another teddy bear. That one came from the Red Knights side. Had to basically wait 51 minutes to get it done. 16:29 to be exact. Back to the corner goes. Red Knights surging here toward the end of the game. Looking to win this third period. Tripped up on the play. Now it's going to be Podine going to the bench. I'm not sure what happened there, but now it's going to be Hancock with it off the boards with 10 to go in the period. At center ice, it's going to be Spanier. That's knocked down by Wagner and sent in. Look out, here come the Eagles. They'll open up back door. Oh, what a save by Green. Rebound, and that'll do it. No goal. As the sticks get up around the net. Ooh, a couple extra shots along the way there. And we put this one in the books. The Eden Prairie Eagles, nice job on home ice as they finish around the net area and go on to win by a score of 4-1 against the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to be back on the air in about 30 minutes when it's going to be the Eagles boys and the Buffalo Bison. Go back to the mnhockey.tv on the viewer guide, and we'll have the link all ready to go for you there. For David Hillen and Todd Grover, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.